Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's debate. The motion for today is boot camp is not relevant to reducing student mischief. We have two teams, the proposition team who support the motion and the opposition team who are against the motion. Each team has 3 speakers. Each speaker will have 5 minutes to speak. The second speaker may also give rebuttals or respond to the other team. The third speaker will give a summary and conclusion for their team. Let's begin the debate. Please welcome to the first speaker from the proposition team. You have 5 minutes. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for moderator and good afternoon, esteemed judges, fellow debaters and audience member. Today, I am Rifat Anil Bilda from proposition team as the first speaker. We are from the proposition team firmly believe that boot camps are not a relevant solution to reduce student misbehavior. In fact, we argue that boot camps are not only effective, but they may also be counterproductive and even harmful to student development. Let's begin. When a student misbehaves, what they need is not a change, but a compass. What they need is not to be sought at, but to be understood. Today, we from the proposition side stand firm. Boot camp are not a relevant solution to reduce student misbehavior. In fact, they are outdated, ineffective, and often harmful. A meta-analysis by the Campbell Collaboration Wilson et al. 2005 involving 43 studies and over 100,000 participants found no significant difference in behavior change between students who joined boot camp and those who didn't. A separate trial in California by Butcher and Ezel showed that boot camp graduates were no less likely to reoffend their peers. What does this tell us? That being true is not the same as being effective. More than just ineffective, boot camp can be physically dangerous. In China, internet addiction boot camps events have been linked to abuse, trauma, and even death. In Indonesia, similar models under names like character training, mental barak, or semi-military programs have been used on students for minor misbehavior such as laxness or using mobile phones. But fear does not teach values. Fear teaches silence. Now, let's talk about what actually works. The first, social emotional learning, or SEL, teaches students to regulate emotions and with empathy. Research by Durack et al. Showed its good behavior and academic performance. Second, restorative justice. These events focus on accountability and healing. And the third is the Good Behavior Game, or GBG. This event, used for decades, helps reduce classroom disruption. Within weeks, it worked toward collaboration, not fear. This program proved one thing: real discipline starts with understanding, not intimidation. Boot camps consume major resources, but fail to deliver impacts. Meanwhile, SEL and RG are cheaper, proven and respectful of student dignity, because the goal is not to control behavior, but to change it from within. Misbehavior is not a crime, it is a message. Boot camps silence that message. We believe in systems that guide, not punish, that rebuild, not break, that see students as human, not problem to fix, but people to form. And from that reason, we agree. Boot camps are not a response to student misbehavior. Thank you.
Thank you for the first speaker. And now we continue with the first speaker from the opposition team. You have 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, moderators. Good afternoon, everyone, judges and fellow debaters. I am Afri Rizky. As the first speaker of our opposition team, I strongly disagree with the motion. We believe that boot camps are still relevant and effective in reducing students' mischief. Let's be clear. We are not talking about old-fashioned punishment camps. We are talking about modern boot camps. Structured programs focus on discipline, teamwork, self-control, and positive behavior reform. Research from the National Young Intervention Report 2022 shows that students who attend structured character-based boot camps demonstrate a 28% decrease in misbehavior after just one semester. Boot camps create an environment where students learn consequences, respect for rules, and accountability. Things that regular classrooms sometimes fail to provide. Without strong intervention, some students fall deeper into bad habits. Boot camps provide the wake-up call many need. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's hear from the second speaker from the proposition team. You have 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you for the mediator and for the outside team. So I am Nailana Zonamisa from the team Speaker 2. Ladies and gentlemen, my teammate has laid the foundations of why this method no longer fits. Now, I will speak about what rarely admits the damage we chose to ignore, and the data that has been quietly trying to warn us. Because this is not just about what boot camps do, but what they fail to become. In Indonesia, students are still being sent away for things as simple as showing up late, using their phones, or losing focus in class. They are not violent. They are not lost. Sometimes they are just overwhelmed. But instead of listening, we send them to silence. We remove them to the no, thank you, from school and place them in systems that look like order on the outside, but leave emptiness on the inside. This place often don't ask, "What happened to you?" They only say, "Fix yourself or fall in life." What's even more concerning is that no, thank you. The system from countries that are already trying to align it. China once used a boot camp for teens labeled as addicted. But this story turned into headlines, trauma, humiliations, physical abuse, and yes, even death. The US did the same, packaged punishment into wilderness camps and calling it healing. But inside this program, with teenagers being broken, no village, and now status are shooting them down. These are not emotional outbursts. These are patterns, and the data quiz, a meta-analysis by the Campbell collaborations with the 100 million participants, found no meaningful improvement in behavior through boot camps. A trial in California confirmed the same, no drop in repeat offenses. The student made it tight, but the impact is loose. Because behavior doesn't change through fear, it shifts through connections. And that's exactly what Proven's program like social and emotional learning give us, real growth. Dulux meta-studies showed improvements in behavior, academics, and empathy. The strategy just gives students a chance to understand the weight of their choices not just carry same. The good behavior game, simple but powerful, reduces disruptions not with rules, but with relationships. We've seen that what doesn't work. We've heard the stories. We've heard the data. But still, we keep sending kids to a place where the only thing they're told is how to stay quiet. Not every student misbehaves or deviance. Some act out because it's the only language they know. Boot camps don't translate to the language. They erase it. This isn't about the subject.
Introduction, please.
No, thank you. This isn't about being softer, it's about being wiser. And wisdom means letting go of that looks right and choosing what actually works. That is why we believe boot camps are not just irrelevant. They are unworthy of the students we came to care about. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we will hear from the second speaker from the opposition team. You have 5 minutes. Please begin.
Well, I'm Yusli as the second speaker of opposite team, and before I would like to reinforce our position and address possible claims from the proposition team. They may say that the boot camps also talk about punishment camps, and we talk here is the modern boot camps include counseling, mentoring, and education. It's about structure and abuse, not just only about the punishment. Let's not confuse structure with abuse. Troubled students need boundaries, and boot camp provides just that. UNICEF also reports show that behavior correction programs which involve consistent routines and active mentoring reduce stronger long-term outcomes than passive classroom punishment. And also, the empathy, the proposition team say just it's better like empathy or aloneness. That empathy alone is, we think the empathy alone is not enough because students need to be taught discipline through experience, not just words. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we move to the final speaker. Let's welcome to the third speaker from the proposition team to give their summary. You have 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Najwa as speaker 3 from the opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes students leave the rules not because they want to, but because they run out of other ways to be noticed. We often forget that behind every rule broken there is a need unity. Moslem theory reminds us that a person must first feel safe, valued, and connection before they can truly behave, contribute, and grow. But both camps ignore that. They skip the question, what is this child lacking? And they move straight to what shall we do to control them? Can safety be found in a system that yields more than it distance? Can emotional needs be met in a place that strips away toy softness and choice? We may think discipline is enough, but real discipline includes dignity. And when we send a student away for not fitting in, we're not correcting them, we're confirming they feel that this world doesn't have a place for them. Behavior is not blocked by punishment. It's set by their presence, by a teacher who stays, by an adult who listens, by a system that sees more than what went wrong, but cares to ask why it happened. Both camps do not
speaking altogether. We believe in a better way, one where this behavior is treated not as we believe in a better way, one where misbehavior is treated not as rebellion, but as a red flag, a signal that something is missing. Because students are not machines to listen, they are humans to understand. So today, we choose systems that see before they judge, that ask before they punish, that correct before they correct. We don't stand against discipline, we stand against blindness. And we affirm both camps are not relevant because they offer no space for the human behind the mistake. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, the third speaker from the opposition team for their summary and closing.
Thank you for moderator Evangelisa as the three speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to conclude our side's argument. Bootcamp is still relevant. It works by design properly, not to punish, but to reform. First, it provides structures. Second, it instills responsibility. Third, it corrects behavior through discipline. The proposition team may say bootcamp is outdated, but the truth is it is evolving. Modern bootcamps adapt to today's needs, safe, supervised, and goal-oriented. We train athletes and soldiers with structure. Why not guide trouble students the same way? For all these reasons, we firmly oppose the measure. Bootcamps may